This one I'm enjoying. It has a part where the youngest boy in the story is narrating, and I think that's really cool. It's like not through the whole book. I have got the characters a little mixed up here and there. I don't know why, because this is a book that I really have not been skimming through. Like, there hasn't been parts where I've been skimming, and I don't know, I kind of getting the ladies in it mixed up, and who they're married to. Which girl is married to the Ice King, and which one is married to the Tsar that has the fire demon inside of him. And those two I can keep separate, obviously, because one's an Ice King, and he's cold, and one is a man who has a demon fire possessing him. So that's easy, but I don't know why I'm getting the girls mixed up. So Miriam is the daughter of a moneylender. The only trouble is, her father, the moneylender, has a big heart, and he can't ask for the money back. So therefore, they're in debt. Like, everybody's having a hard time. This Ice King, I guess you could call him, has made everything into winter, and everybody's having a tough time. So they come to the moneylender, but he's not doing as well as his father did, because he can't get the money back from people, and he sees people starving, and he doesn't want to ask for the money back. Miriam's mother, finally, she starts to get sick. She's not eating well, they're cold, and Miriam's like, okay, I've had enough of this. Everybody owes us money. And she decides to be tough and brave and get out there and get some of this money. So she starts keeping the books. Her dad had showed her how to keep the books. Her dad kept all the books very well. And she gets out there, and she is yelled at, and she has doors slammed in her face, and she has people giving her a hard time. But she's determined. Like, this is maybe her mother's life. They need to afford a doctor. They need to afford good food for her mom, or she's going to lose her mom. So this makes her very determined, and she threatens the people with the law, and she gets a little bit out of them here, she gets a little bit out of them there, she keeps the books very well, and then she has a grandfather who lives in a large, I guess you'd say, city, because they live outside a very small town. And when they get to the city to see her grandfather, she ends up taking some of the money and buying some cloth or some aprons or some dresses. And when she gets back to her little tiny town or village, people were like, ooh, like, wow, like, look at these clothes. And she bragged them up. These are the latest fashions. So then she could maybe double what she bought them for. And because there's always somebody who's got money around, and all of a sudden, oh, they've got money. And she knew they had money, because whenever she went into the little village, she'd hear them talking, about their daughter was getting married and what a feast they were going to have, or it was a holiday and what a feast they were going to have for the holiday. So she knew that they had some money, and meanwhile they were starving because people wouldn't pay them back. So then the Ice King, he starts to hear about this. He starts to hear about this young girl and how she has a little bit of silver, and she's learning how to turn it into gold. And he believes that it's magic. The rumors that he hears, he starts to think that she's performing magic. She's turning silver into gold. So then, of course, he wants her, right? So he, like I say, since he's like an Ice King, they don't actually refer to him as that in the book, but really he is. He starts to bring winter. Like, he's got this place just covered in winter constantly because of him. Like, and they have to find a way to bring spring back, or everybody's going to starve to death because they can't grow crops. So anyways, she must marry him. She doesn't have a choice. And then it goes to another story of another girl who ends up marrying the Tsar, and the Tsar has this demon who's taken over his body, who's a fire demon. And he wants Miriam. He wants to feed off her. And then there's also another girl, Wanda, and her two brothers, and they're in the story. And Wanda's dad is a drunkard and owed money, and that's how she got mixed up into this. And she started to come to Miriam's house with Miriam's mom and dad to help them out to pay off her dad's loan. So then Wanda gets all mixed up in this, and then the two brothers get all mixed up in this. And then they start fighting the Snow King. They start fighting the Tsar, who has a demon in him. And there's a little kind of a magical hut, and Miriam finds out that she has a touch of magic in her too. And just a touch. It's kind of just like a leftover from the past of a Snow Queen or Snow magic person that was actually in her past, relatives, and she finds out the little tiny bit of that magic dribbles through. Now, was that Miriam? See, I get things mixed up. Yes, that was Miriam who did that. The three girls. Wanda, I do pretty good keeping separate. It's the other two, Irina. Yes, Irina and Miriam, that I don't know why. Anyways, later in the story, Wanda's little brother starts to narrate some of it, which I thought was really interesting. And there's these kind of, I don't know if they're magical white trees, but there's these white trees, and they belong to the Ice Kingdom. But anyways, it's quite interesting. I'm enjoying it. Hang on. I'm just going to try to read this last little bit to you, if I can see it. I don't have my reading glasses on too, that doesn't help. The Tsar, I can't say his name, it's Mernatius, is not what he seems. That's the one who has the fire demon inside him. And the secret he hides threatens to consume the lands of humans and Stark. The Stark are the ones that live in the Iceland. Torn between deadly choices, Miriam and her two unlikely allies, that's Wanda and Irina, embark on a desperate quest that will take them to the limits of sacrifice, power, and love. Channeling the vibrant heart of myth and fairy tale, Spinning Silver weaves a multi-layered magical tapestry that readers will want to return to again and again. I have the kitty cat just staring at me. Excuse my messy bed. I was laying in it, but somebody took it over. I don't know, it's all red. Say hello. Can you see him? Oh, there's my messy dresser. Yeah. Yeah. Say hello. You say hello? Huh? He's like, get that camera out of my face. Yeah. Recording will be stopped and saved.